What's up, guys? So we got some stuff in for the Razor. I've actually had some stuff sitting here for a few days. Just been working, been on night shift, so I really haven't had time to mess with anything. Hope you guys liked that last video. It was a lot more riding than anything. So we're gonna do an install today, and the one install that I really want to get done, because this thing didn't come with speakers, is I decided to get a soundbar. So I was looking around, and there was, the options are endless. You can get them, I think, acoustic, and you can get kicker, all sorts of different brands, wet sound, the list goes on. They're all pretty expensive, you're looking at these things and they're like $700, $800, $1,000 for a kit with, all sorts of different stuff, So I did my research on the soundbar that I bought, and from what I understand, it's pretty awesome. It took me a little bit to believe it, just because when I was younger and putting car stereos in, this brand was, it was shit. It was junk. But I guess they've come a long way, and so I was like, hey, I'll give it a try. If I don't like it, then I'll sell it to somebody else or whatever. I'll figure something else out and I'll go the more expensive route. But this thing was half as much, and we'll take a look at it and we'll go through everything and the reason why I bought it really quick, and then we'll do the install. It shouldn't take too long. It should be pretty easy, simple. So yeah, let's dive down, check it out, open up the box and see what's inside. So here it is. It is the Boss Rebel for the Power Sports. The actual model number is the BRRC34. It's 34 inches wide. There's a lot of good stuff about this, a lot of good reviews out there, and it just seemed like a good setup. So it comes with a built-in Class D amplifier right there. So right there, that's pretty good stuff. That's what you want for your big sound, all that, and good quality. You can do it with your Bluetooth, and it comes with a controller, which looks like that, and it's got a dome light in it. Pretty neat, because I like to do some night riding. Not a lot, but I do. So it's a 700 watts peak power, so it's not RMS for all you sound gurus out there. But yeah, we'll like I said, we'll see how it sounds and go from there. It is waterproof. It's IPX5. It's obviously good enough for boats, so that was good enough for me. Just some other stuff. There's an aux for the front, a USB, so you can charge your phone even. Like I said, it's got the dome light. DSP, don't know what the hell that is, so don't ask me. But let's check out what's inside here. First off, you get your instructions, I'm sure, and I bet you your warranty, your user manual. You get a sticker. Yeah, got a sticker. And the power cable, all that stuff. Oh, and that was the other thing. Like, if you decide to put a subwoofer or whatever in your Razor, like some of these guys do, there's AV outs, or, well, not AV outs, but the hookups for audio out, all that good stuff. But yeah, here's the wiring harness. This side right here just plugs into the actual soundbar itself, and then it's got the labeled wires, illumination remote, all that good stuff. And there's also a remote out, so that way when you hook it up to an amp or a subwoofer or even another system with other speakers, it'll tell that to turn on. so that was pretty cool. Let's see. Well, here, let me get it out of the box really quick, and I'll show you what's left in there. So what's left in the box is the actual soundbar itself. See if I can get some light in here. It's kind of early morning, so can't really see too much with the light I have in my garage. But and then it has this wrapped on it. You know, it says to check all the bolts for tightness after final install. Obviously, you don't want that shit falling off. This thing was packed in there pretty good, you know. Quite a bit of foam there, and it was wrapped in plastic. It had a pretty thick piece of cardboard in front of the face, so that way this didn't get dented up in transit. But yeah, so, and then there was 2 more boxes. I'm guessing one is the mounting hardware, and yep, sure as shit. So that's for different size roll bars. Let's see if I can get it out. There we go. Losing stuff. Okay. Oh, cool. It comes with butt connectors for wiring and all that good stuff. That's pretty cool. Thread locker. Oh, that's awesome. Man, they really thought of everything in this. That's pretty cool. And then the last box. Yeah, just plastic. Here is the controller that I was talking about. So there's the controller. It's pretty big, actually. That's kind of nice though, because your USB and your aux output cable can go right there. You can mount it somewhere close on the dash or whatever. So I don't know exactly where I'm going to put mine, but we'll figure out something. It would be cool if I could mount it in here, but then it would take up my space for that, so I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't know yet. So yeah, so far pretty good packaging. That's pretty nice. Comes with everything and more of what you would need. So the other reason why I bought this is because if you look at this, it's curved in here. So it fits around your roll bar, so it's kind of low profile. It kind of, you know, sinks up to it. It's pretty nice. I thought that was a pretty good idea on Boss's part there. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna try to stick this, and I should have measured it because it doesn't look like it's gonna go where I want it to go. So let me check out and do some measuring and figure out where I can put this thing, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I was looking at where I could mount it, and if you buy the 34-inch, the only place you can put it is on this back bar. Unfortunately, I did not measure first. These are not that. Neither is the front. I mean, probably mount it on the dash somewhere if you really wanted to, but yeah, no, screw that. So, anyways, I showed you guys these little rubber sleeves. They go over the roll bar. They are marked on the sides right here where it says, well, you guys can't see that, 175, so 1.75 inch. Well, yeah, you can see it. And all that is your tubing dimensions there. Razors are 1.75 inch. Can-Ams, at least most of them, are 2 inch. So you would go to this smaller one. Doesn't need much of a sleeve there. I mean, it's pretty thin. And this one's hard to see the 2 on, but it's on there. It says 2. And then these ones don't say anything on them except for up and 6. And these are for, at least the instructions say they are for 1.5 inch. So you use these, and then either this one, the smaller, thinner one, or this bigger one, and I'm guessing it's the thinner one, plus these, and that will give you your 1.5 inch tubing to fit this. So anyways, as you can see, I took my harnesses off of here, and I will mount them on these because there's space in between this. So I'm going to try to make it so that way my mounting brackets are somewhere in the middle here, or off to one side or whatever, so that way I can feed my straps into here and bolt them to this. But I'm not sure yet if I can make that work, so I'll have to figure something out. Obviously not getting rid of the stereo, so I'll make this work with the harnesses. But anyways, so what you're going to want to do here is slap this guy on here, and then take your metal bracket, and the longer side goes on the bottom of the sound bar. So you can see this side is shorter, this side is longer. You also see grooves in there, and you also can see that there's little ridges on the tops of these. So you'll line those up, and you can turn it as you see fit, and it'll hold itself roughly about where you want to put it, you know. So it'll sit there upside down or whatever. And I fed these in before because the instructions say to, kind of. And honestly, I tried doing this a second ago. I have a whole bunch of other footage that didn't work out, so I pretty much started over. I took it back off. It pissed me off, and so yeah. So now I'm trying this again, but like I said, throw your little rubber thing on there, and then make sure that the long side goes for wherever the bottom of your sound bar is for this. And I'll be honest, this is quite the pain in the ass. It's one of the more annoying installs that I've ever had to do. So be prepared. If you don't like annoying installs, then this probably isn't for you. You know, you could probably just go with the other sound bars that just do the little clamp and then hang off the clamp, and they just hang down. You know, and honestly, I would have been able to fit this one, this 34 incher, if I had that option. So, but I don't think that I do. I really haven't looked super hard at what I can and cannot do with these. But, yeah, so, anyways, I'm going to get back to it and see if I can get this thing mounted up. All these little things do right here, they just go in, they slip sideways like that into these, oops, I had one on top, into these rails in here. And what they'll do is they'll sit like this, and when you turn the bolt, it'll flip them up and it'll tighten them and it'll pull it against each other. So kind of a good, nice way to mount everything. I like it. Not too bad. But yeah, let's see if we can get this finished up and find a way to run the wires. I was kind of looking at that too, and it doesn't look like that's going to be too exciting, but too much of a pain in the butt. Jesus, I can't hold the camera. Sorry. Night shift screwed me up. So, like I said, let's get this finished. Let's get this show on the road. See if we can get some sound in my Razor. Okay. So, sorry for the swaying back and forth of the camera, but I don't really have any other way to do it. So you'll just feed this little deal in there sideways. Put this you know, get your screwdriver. And that is really annoying. Do it like so. And then feed that into there. Yeah, low light situation is not good either. But anyways, so it'll tilt it around like that, and I mean, you'll get the gist of it when you go to do it too. It's kind of hard to show on camera, but that's how you do that. I'm going to continue putting this other side on over here, and then we will figure out how we are going to wire this beast. Okay guys, so we got her in. She's right there sitting up here. As you can see, it's sitting on the back. I'm smudging shit all over my dome light. Anyways, even though it's not in the dome anymore. So now what you're going to do is you're going to figure out exactly how you want to go about wiring this. I still have yet to figure out exactly how I want to do it, but I want it to be as clean as possible, you know, nice machine. I don't want it to look like somebody rigged this thing together and made it all crappy. But so however you decide to run the wires is up to you, but I am going to try and wire everything down, away, hidden, you know, but also out of wear and tear spots. So I might feed it down through there, through that hole, and then come down over and then feed it through this hole right here and go along my frame rail on the inside, along here to this, and then once again feed it through the kick panel, or even through here, and then up and over through the front end into the where the battery connections are up there, where the bus bar is. But anyways, so the wire for the actual bar, so it goes to the actual bar, it splits into two sections. If I can get it untangled, I will show you what they are. And this all comes with instructions, so, you know, I mean, if you're just like me, you're watching this, so that way I can figure out all the tricks and stuff like that, get a gist of it. But anyway, so you have your positive and your negative. Pretty simple. That's one side of it. That's going to go directly to the battery, to your positive and negative, or, you know, to your positive cable and then to a spot on your frame is what's suggested. The other part of this, line out, so this is so that way you can hook up another sound bar, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We have the line in. This is going to connect to that remote that I will show you here in a second. Those butt connectors that it came with are for the illumination and the remote in, so the blue and orange. Okay, so you're gonna do that, and then also here's your remote. I have it hanging off of here. It is going to go down and also split into two different places. So you're gonna have your negative and your positive, but the positive is not going to go directly to power. It's going to go to your accessory wire on your bus bar, and then this is where this comes in, and you're going to hook in your blue to your blue onto the other one, and your orange to your orange, and then you're going to do the line outs. Correct. Oh, these are both line out, so it doesn't matter which line out you do. You just hook one line out into the line in on this. So that's how you hook that up. I'm gonna run these wires and I will show you how I ran them. I'm going to hook them up, connect them, so on and so forth. Alright, finally done with the install. Thank God. So it wasn't too terrible. It's just, you know, trying to figure out how to get the wires hidden really well. I'm really particular about that kind of stuff, so it's up to you on how well you hide the wires. I did everything that I possibly could to make sure that, you know, they were hidden, out of plain sight, so on and so forth. So yeah, we'll check it out really quick, the finished product, and I'll turn it on, show you guys how it sounds. You're not going to be able to tell through here, but I'll just give you an idea. So anyways, I did get the harnesses on around the roll bar. There is enough space between here because of the little rubber grommet that goes in there to fit all of the harness stuff, the harness straps, I guess. I ended up mounting the controller up here, even though, I mean, I'm not really fond of that spot. The wires are tucked away pretty decently. So what I did is I ran that cable back underneath there through that piece, and then I came down around underneath here, and it runs all the way inside of here. I hid these inside of this tube, and then I ran them to my positive and negative on my battery. It says to hook it onto your frame, but I like it directly to the battery because there's an amp in here, and whenever I was wiring up amps for car stereos, I always hooked them directly up to the battery. You know, that's going to be where the best ground is. That's going to be, you know, where everything goes back to anyway, so whatever. So, and then I also took this controller here, I fed it down through that little hole. I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of tough. I ended up feeding, obviously, oopsie, and I missed some wires that I should have zip tied up, but it feeds down through right here, and then the half splits off to connect to in here in the body panel to the bar, and then the other two wires go up underneath in here into my bus bar. One's on the accessory and the other one's on the ground. I just fed them underneath my coolant jug here, so that way they're not getting into the fan. There's no way for them to get into the fan, so it works out pretty good. So there it is. That's the Boss soundbar. Probably not the most informational video, but I can definitely answer questions if you guys have any. Like I said, this 34-inch bar only fits behind the seats here. I didn't know that at first. I was going to put it up behind me right there, but honestly, I'm actually kind of glad it works like this because it looks perfect. So I do have a rear window that I'm going to be putting on in the next video. So we're going to see if these things fight each other, if they interfere with each other or what. So, and hopefully we don't have any problems. But alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking it out. As always, keep watching for more content. Got plenty more to come. A bunch of cool stuff that I'm going to be adding on to this. I think I've got 1, 2, 3 more things that I have to put onto here, not including the winch and all that good stuff. So I did get a actual fire extinguisher mount, so that's kind of nice. So, alright guys, we'll see you next time.